Welcome back, everyone. Today we're in for something special. This is a capture base mission against Comstar, something that I, well, don't usually run. And, well, we have a couple unusual pilots as well because two of our pilots are out with injuries, and that includes Trashcan, the man himself, and the leader of our current mercenary company. But Edmund, who hasn't been featured in a while, as his Irby Lamb has kind of fallen out of favor, is with us. So, well, we'll have to hope that he can pilot. Oh, geez. Okay, introduction aside, that was an artillery piece. Probably a thumper by the look of it, but still extraordinarily deadly, particularly to things that are facing the wrong way. So we've just taken an absolute hammering to the rear arcs of some of our mechs. We're going to take persistent stability damage until we can take that thing down, and I don't even know where it is. It's not on the field. Well, it's not visible on the field right now. The only thing we can see is the Champion 1N. So for all I know, that's a turret, which means that we're going to take that fire until we get up to the Comstar base, all the way up here. Although it could have been one of these smaller mechs as well. It could be a Hollander 2 type situation. They often do carry artillery pieces. So here's the Champion 2N, and yeah, I know the screen is kind of saturated, I guess. Desert biome with fog seems to be a little bit of a garish sort of visual scheme, but I've tried turning down various settings, including the gamma, and it just isn't really doing much for me, so well, unfortunately we have to deal with it. Okay. Let's get the King Crab on the move first, I think. Well, now that I say that, it'd be nice to get the Dervish going. Here's a... well, can I go? Yes. Okay, this should be fine. I want the Narc to land first. I also want to get a little bit better visuals downfield. Shadowhawk. Hermes 2. Sorry about that, had to sneeze. Okay, so Champion 2N is going to get narked, hopefully. Load up with the SRM-6s as well. Decent damage there. And now we get a benefit, well, not a benefit, a bonus to hit on that guy. Just a damaged arm, not anything better than that, unfortunately. Centurion is also going to be just motoring up the field. We need to get a move on. It's times like these where having some fast forward strikers is just indispensable. Let's keep cool if we can. Yeah, not the best damage. This thing really does better as an ambusher flanker mech than anything else. Okay, let's get Viper on the move. Yeah, that's running a little hot. Turn off the Ultra AC5. We're going to turn these on to split because of the low hit chance, and let's fire away. Only landing one is a little bit of a disappointment. Those were coin flips. One would hope that we'd land to 2. Alas. And the Atlas. Let's see what we can do. Let's keep it a little bit cooler for now. I'll turn off one of the ER larges. There we go. Beautiful shots. Wonderful, wonderful damage. Very nice. That's what we like to see. Comstar, Space AT&T will suffer this day. Ah, man, that guy's hanging on by such a thread. But he's still hanging on, which is relatively annoying. We need to spread out as well, a little bit more than we currently have, but that's alright. I don't love this Orion build. It's rather anemic without the rotary AC5, which means anything approaching mid to short ranges. And that Champion is taking all of our fire. It's kind of impressive. I thought we'd be able to fire at something else, but alas. Let's go on to 2 fire, and there it is. A little bit of overkill there toward the end. We did, of course, take this for salvage, so it would be nice to get a Champion part. I do love Champions. You can make them go oh so very fast if you want. And we don't have time to reserve down. We don't have time to play it tactically too much. We really need to get a move on and get some of these mechs off the field sooner rather than later. The Centurion up and around. If he gets shot at now, at least it won't hurt anybody else in the vicinity, because there is nobody in the vicinity. Turn on one of those ER mediums and fire away. Missing both the Ultra AC5 shots is a little bit disappointing. But at least some good stability damage on that Hermes, and if we have anyone with a precision strike, which I don't think we will, we could have capitalized on that. But as it is, I'll take another turn. Still, that Hermes 2 is relatively fragile, which means that we might be able to get some good work done on him. Let's keep moving up and give ourselves the option. Okay, so it is capture base, not destruction, which means we're not... Okay, it's not going to be turrets. What's shooting at us with that artillery piece? Sniper artillery held by that Shadowhawk. It's a big artillery piece. It needs to not be a big artillery piece. Let's hopefully get the narc. Yep. Okay, after this we can switch to Haywire. And now we know who we want to shoot at, which is always a good thing. Okay, we take down that Shadowhawk, I'll be feeling a lot more comfortable. Jeez, shape charge? No. Still. Very, very deadly long-range fire, pounding into the CT of our Orion. Not exactly ideal. That's the most damage a mech of that tonnage has done to us in a single turn in quite a while. Basically like firing an AC-20 shell at long range with that concentrated hit. Kind of obnoxious. At least he's moved now, at least we are not taking damage to the entire lance like we did on the first turn. And of course, because this is Comstar, they are fielding 6, so we have 5 more to chew through for just their blocking lance. There will almost certainly be a reinforcing lance as well. Of course, picking up a sniper artillery piece could be well worth it. That would ordinarily cost us maybe 1.5, 1.75 million C-bills to purchase, which is part of why I haven't. And we have said that we've wanted artillery for quite a while. Could be a good use of the Atlas if I tire of those Thunderbolt missiles. King Crab taking a fair amount of long-distance fire, and this is one of the dangerous things about fighting Comstar. They usually have relatively high tech and relatively decent pilots, which can make for some deadly encounters. Of course, that is part of the thrill. Haven't done this high of a skull rating, difficulty rating, battle against Comstar in a while. Let's go split fire, C3 Master as well. 1 shot, 2 shots, very nice. Don't know if we land, yeah, we did land the tag. We already have the narc on there. So those 2 should stack. I never quite believe that they do, but in theory they do. Which should be good enough for me, to be honest, but I'm a skeptical fellow, what can I say? Alright, Rotorgauss rifles on 3. Really hoping that would kill the Hermes. This thing is only questionably effective sometimes. Bit of a disappointment, really. Of course, I've taken out the piercing SRMs, which one could argue was part of its main bit of success. Okay, let's turn off the medium pulses. I'd rather shoot the rotary AC-5 with that sort of chance to hit. Seems pretty good. I wish I could do 5. If we turn off the SRM-6, we can go up to 5. 6 shots. Dead. Very nice. 2 down, and we've got a bit of a handle on the artillery mech. Not a great handle on him, sure, but we're starting to get there. And this, of course, will be shooting in at somebody else. Actually, no. Indirect fire, but less evasion on the Shadowhawk than on that fire starter. 1. Okay. I mean, we could have had worse contact than that, so take what we can get, I suppose. And now we have a bit of a decision to make. Okay, so the Dervish is going to sprint up here. 6 pips of evasion is pretty decent, and I think, yes, we've already narked this guy, so let's go into Haywire, turn on all of our guns, and shoot for that damaged side torso. No joy. Well, I mean, a lot of contact, just no destruction. That side torso is a little disappointing. A lot of scattering into that main CT and the other side torso. That's a bit of firing from the side. Dervish just took a big PPC hit. We're going to have to watch out for that, but taking out the artillery mech was a bit more of a priority at the moment. Running through the whirlwind, maybe not the best decision, but we'll do what we can. And Ridgehound, well, we could use his defensive formation, but I think Precision Strike on the Shadowhawk is a bit more Likely to get us something nice. Yeah, maybe not. Probably should have gone for the protection. Of course, that is the left torso destroyed. I think the artillery piece was carried in its right. Nope. Okay, left. So the sniper's offline. Most of that Shadowhawk is neutered. Of course, this is not really a time to relax because when mechs lose most of their main armament, sometimes they get a little bit death from above crazy, and that Shadowhawk should be running enough jump jets to have a decent jump range. Of course, I just thought that Firestarter might have as well. A little bit nerve-wracking, but luckily not so much. In other words, we do need to kill the mech because a single DFA can absolutely ruin one of our mechs. Not something that I'd like to have happen. King Crab is just soaking so much damage, it's kind of impressive. Of course, Trash Can has bonuses to evasion. I believe Edmund does as well, but I'm not entirely sure on that. I don't pay the most attention to my pilots. I pay much more attention to the mechs. That's just how I'm built. Okay, see if we can land some decent shots in here. Oof, very nice. Each one of those was in theory a 50-50 chance, but I don't think we even missed one. So that's rolling pretty hot. I guess it's bound to happen sometimes, but pretty rare. And, okay, we can't forget to kill Shadowhawk. We cannot forget to do it. So let's go ahead and get that done now, firing on linked with the Ultra AC5. Actually, yeah, let's do that. That seems good. Go right for the CT if you can. Okay. No kill. We have the Orion now moving up, and we're going to do a Vigilance to sink that instability, then plop him right down into the Whirlwind. Get a little bit extra protection for a very large mech. And I don't think the Rack 5 is a good idea. At least not on full blast, because we will lose accuracy for that. Let's try and kill this mech. There it is. Only needed one shot, but no guarantee it would have hit the right location. So, better safe than sorry. And, okay, that's 3 down out of 6. I'm expecting to see at least 12, because there's reinforcing lance should have 6 as well. But they are a little bit lighter tonnage than on our last drop, which is definitely a relief, making things a bit easier for our pseudo B team here. And yeah, one of those Thunderbolts just destroyed that Firestarter. You rarely see that kind of one-punch destruction from anything other than an Ultra AC-20. Or, I guess, improved Heavy Gauss Rifle like we had in the last campaign. Dervish, thankfully not taking 2 successive PPC shots. Kinda nice for us. Let's see, a Wyvern and a Whitworth. Relatively fast, not a lot of punch or armor. Comstar does tend to favor that, as does the Word of Blake, although, I don't know, the Word of Blake fields some heavier stuff, so that's not necessarily most accurate. Let's get somebody up close to capturing this base. I don't have jump jets, so we are going to have to run all the way around, so let's get Centurion all the way over there doing that. Pop Vigilance to inspire the rest of the team, and no shooting, so we do cool down. Let's see, can I get a rear angle shot here? I can. Don't know if it'll be worth it. Probably not worth the sprint because of our instability here. And actually, let's do a Vigilance again. Fire the Narc on Haywire to try and slow this guy down. Heat sinks destroyed. Not sure if we landed the Haywire. I don't think we did, actually. Okay, well, let's move up King Crab, and we can... So if we miss now, we will hurt our own guy, but in theory we shouldn't, so... Yeah, very nice damage. Very, very nice damage. Okay. Not as much... well... Yeah, okay, we're slowly getting through him. I suppose let's wait. I want my Atlas to have a chance. Just moving up a single tile, which is so dreadfully slow, it's just, it's kind of painful sometimes, but let's turn off the ER large, and that should be fine for us right now. These Thunderbolts should make quick work of what remains of that mech. 1, 2, yeah, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, these things are growing on me. I guess they do make very quick work of some lighter or medium mechs with relatively light armor. Let's get a precision strike to slow this guy down. We are going to have to turn off one of these to save some heat. We do land C3 Master, which is nice, and the one improved binary. Let's see what else we've got. We've got the Orion. Move up to here. And Precision Strike as well. We'll slow this guy down to 5. Quite nice for us. Not going to fire the Rotary. Let's fire single medium pulse. Which of course fails. Oh man. Should have fired the Rack 5. Live and learn. Enemy sensor trace. Okay, Comstar reinforcements, that's going to be 6 more. This is why we do need to capture this base. We could capture an evac if we wanted to as well. Of course, destroying the garrison gets us additional payout, which is always good. There's only 1 left, so that would be pretty nice. Comstar reinforcements are listed as a main objective, but sometimes main objectives can give you additional cash. So it's nothing that we can really read into too much from that, and we can't even see them. Which means that if we kill their last local guy, this Whitworth, they won't be able to see us either. Save us a little bit of fire. Doesn't look like we're going to be able to get that way, though. Well, I could fire into the Centurion, but I do really want to secure this base. I guess that works. Hey, 2 for 1. Why not? Technically, I guess that's in the capture zone. Wait, are they up this side? They are. Okay, so the Comstar reinforcements are up at the top of that hill. Okay, double ER medium and an Ultra AC5. Don't fail me now. I guess it didn't fail. Oh, knockdown. Okay. So the Whitworth will be moving on 5 instead of 6. That gives me more time to shoot at him before he has a chance to move. Of course, no evasion left. We don't have anyone moving until 5, though. We should get first priority. Sensor lock. Does not look like we did secure the base, unfortunately. So, a bit of a visual glitch there. Shouldn't have gone for that. It's okay, sometimes that happens. Missile fire coming in, it's exactly what I didn't want to have happen. Long range fire coming in toward us, where we have no way of giving it back. Oh, jeez. Okay, so what are we going to use to kill that? Alright. Stop shooting at my mechs, I don't like it. And that's more artillery. Oh, that's more artillery. And we're really out of position to deal with it, too. Well, knowing when to disengage is sometimes a good thing. I don't think we've disengaged once so far in either of the campaigns I've recently put up on the channel, so maybe this will be the first. Of course, having said that, I usually find a way to fight through it, but not entirely sure if that'll be the case this time. I'm just a little bit concerned. I don't want us to lose mech or pilot. Self-preservation is something I value very dearly. And our Centurion is just taking a pounding out there on his own. Lost evasive. We cannot afford to let him get shot even once more. So how do we handle that? King Crab, I think, is the better option. We don't have a shot on him currently, but we can sprint and get one. 63% chance, though, is not ideal. He's a downed mech. Why are you having so much trouble shooting him? Size delta. It's got to be the size delta. Okay, what if we do this? Obstructed, but still. Okay, we do have precision strike. Can't make good use of that. Please kill this mech so we don't lose our Centurion. Firing on 3. There it is. Now they shouldn't be able to see us, which is okay with me. Alright, so we gotta get moving up to... Let's assume that we can't evac and assume that we have to fight, which means that we need to be moving up to reinforce our Centurion. Let's reserve down. I guess there's no real reason to, because they can't see us now. Get the Atlas moving around. Those long-range missiles will hopefully be a benefit to us here. The Orion moving as well. The issue is, too, that they have height advantage. They have height advantage with... Ooh, okay, we did occupy facility. Destroying the Comstar reinforcements is a main objective. We can't leave until we have it done. Right, because this isn't base destruction, this is occupation, which means that we need to pacify the entire area. Okay, so we do need to kill these guys. We do need to do so while avoiding that artillery fire. Okay, indirect fire artillery, really? How do you even know where I am? I guess, yeah, okay. That's fine. We would know enough to indirect fire at them too, I'm just mad about it. Centurion took another shot, starting to go through his rear armor. That's not what we want at all. Okay, what do we do about this? So, we have a vigilance, we're going to use it. Now, if we can sprint... Is there going to be more reinforcements there? That would be abysmal. But for right now, without knowing what will drop there, this is our best choice. Ah, geez, so much evasion. Can't even really hit this guy. Or that guy. Jeez. We're not going to burn that hard for a shot that we can't make. Firing. Yeah, barely scratched the paint. Very disappointing. And it's not exactly going to get better until that guy is moving far less than he currently is. 12% chance to hit. This is very much not what we want. Could use a precision strike, but honestly it's not worth it. Let's do a vigilance and move faster on the next turn. What can I fire in without building heat? That looks like the best shot we're going to get. Split core. Jeez. Don't like this at all. If I haven't made that clear at this point. We're very much out of position. That is in big danger to our success here. No sense firing the rack. Do vigilance here as well. Just inspire everybody sequentially. Yeah, 8 damage. 8. That'll do so much work for us, he says, definitely not sarcastically. Okay, let's see if we can get across the dervish. And King Crab. It's not going to have anything resembling a good shot. Nope. Of course, we do have a sensor lock. Should have used that first. I forgot Edmund had one. That's disappointing as well. And El Duce in the Atlas. Maybe? Let's see what we can get for Precision Strike. 43% chance to hit. Isn't terrible, but still pretty awful. So let's just fire in. Normally we have the ammunition for this. 6 volleys left with the big thunderbolts, so we do have to be a little bit careful there. Neither one hitting, no joy, nothing hitting. Okay. Alright. So, if we have a sensor lock on the King Crab, we have a sensor lock at Initiative 5. This is after that APC is going to have a chance to move. What's shooting the artillery at us? It's not that. It's not the trebuchet. Probably either this vehicle or 45 tons could be a Hollander 2. The other one? Yeah, okay. So only one can take that sort of light missile fire all day. Not all day, but at least for a little while, so that's okay. Could move Ridgehound. I want us to delay to 6. Ideally that Maxim will move, and ideally he won't move very far. Okay, Wyvern. Which means that other vehicle is where the artillery is coming from, which means he's Ridgehound's target. Okay, here's the plan. We take Ridgehound, we're going to pop our defensive formation now and get 20% flat additional damage mitigation, and we're going to run all the way up here. There we go. Give me a good shot on this, please. Be nice to take that LRM-20 off the field. Or failing that, at least. Put a dent in him. Okay. Blackjack Omni. Ah, geez. Structure exposed. Please tell me that. Ah, shit. Okay, well, we've lost our Ultra AC-5. Damage to an arm finally getting to us. This is the danger of artillery. Half the damage on that arm came from area of effect damage from the artillery, which is just incredibly hard to deal with and prevent because, well, have no ability to angle yourself out of it, really. It just kind of is what it is, and you have to deal with it. So, that blackjack is cooking. Let's give him a little bit of haywire. See if we can land one of those. Alright, that'll decrease his heat mitigation and his movement speed. So maybe we can get him to cook himself. If so, then I will take back everything bad I've ever said about Narc launchers. Although, it doesn't quite seem likely. Having replaced the Ultra AC-5 is a little bit annoying. maybe we'll put the LBX AC-10 back on it. We did get good success from that. And they're choosing to use the height advantage and size delta, firing in at the Orion. Not a bad choice. Not a bad choice. Okay. Let's wait to 5. Let the Maxim go. And sensor lock him. And then hopefully get a kill on this reinforcing lance, which we haven't yet managed. And it's beginning to show. There's the artillery. I guess silver lining is that it didn't damage our Centurion even more. Of course, without Centurions, without Ridgehound's Ultra AC-5, our chance of killing that artillery piece on the next turn in a timely fashion goes out the window. We need that concentrated fire to get it done. Okay, well, all is not lost. I'm feeling a little bit more comfortable about this than I was before, as we sort of close the gap a little bit. Not sure what's taking so long to process its movement, though. It's a little bit worrisome. Usually means something can go really quickly. I guess not too surprising if it's that 45-ton mech there. Chaparral artillery tank with an Arrow 4. Relatively light armor. If we'd waited with Centurion... Oop. I don't know what just happened there. If we waited with the Centurion, we might have been able to hit him. Of course, there's no telling that. He is now... That artillery tank is the target over the Maxim, especially because that Maxim does have 6 evasion pips again, which is absolutely annoying. I kind of miss my fire javelin I used to use for hunting those sorts of mechs. Jeez, size difference, height difference, just giving us horrible, horrible, horrible accuracy all around. Okay. Well, we're the only ones left moving, so let's do this. Let's get, well, is it even evasion that's giving us the problem, or is it just size and height? Let's take a look. Height difference +8, target move +4, size delta +3. We only have 12 shots left with the Gauss rifle as well, so this would use half of our ammunition. Of course, I'd say it's putting it to good use. But firing at the Blackjack with the Ultra AC-10 is also pretty tempting. Can I get a sensor lock on him? Yes, I can. Okay, then we'll get the sensor lock for right now, and we'll fire in with other mechs. Let's see if we can get anything else on him. Okay. That is an obstructed shot? Yes, it is. That's no shot. That's a shot. But not really. Okay, let's do this. Need that artillery tank dead, and I'm not sure. So just as I said I was feeling slightly better about it, now I think I'm feeling slightly worse about it again. Oh man. Indirect fire. Let's see what we can do. If we had artillery of our own, this would be much, much cleaner at this point, which is just incentive to have us do that, because it's really overdue at this point. Let's get the Marauder up. Worst case, we can kick that Maxim tank next turn, assuming he doesn't move way too far for it. Okay, I guess you're my best shot. That's fine. That's alright. Let's cook a little bit. We landed 155, and it's not like that HAPC has all that much armor. In fact, we got through most of it. Probably should have focused on just killing him this turn, but live and learn. We do have indirect fire on the Chaparral here. 28% chance with the precision strike is unacceptably low. Even bigger size delta, of course, coming into play. Ah, jeez, this is so bad. Let's try and kill that Hunter tank. Ah, landed. Yep, okay. 1 down, finally. 5 mechs left in the enemy reinforcements. Well, 5, I guess. 3 mechs, 2 vehicles. And they get the first move. Of course they do. But silver lining, this gives us the first go at 6, which is worth something. It's the Wyvern moving up, and King Crab can take that. Although even his frontal armor is getting kind of worn away from that Arrow 4 fire, turn after turn. And that's something we need to work on. Can I get a kick? Can. Wonderful. I can get a kick, I can get excellent accuracy. In fact, would I be better off shooting with a precision strike? much damage would the kick do? 75. Let's take a look at the armor. That'll basically get through the armor. It's a risky move. But we're going for the kick. Come on, Ridge Hound. 75. Follow it up, follow it up, follow it up. There we go. Yes! Okay, artillery piece is offline. We now have a little bit of time. And Ridge Hound is in a very dangerous position. There's the Blackjack Omni. Firing in. Okay, looks like he went a little bit lighter to try and sink some heat, which means that our Haywire, yes. Which he didn't, because the Haywire. So even though he didn't fire his ERPPC, still struggling with heat generation. It's exactly what I wanted to see. Very nice, very nice, very nice. Okay, so we can shoot him with the Trebuchet, we can shoot him with the Blackjack. Who has the lightest armor? It could be the Wyvern. Yeah, it looks, well, Trebuchet is also very lightly armored. I'm 10 and small. I want that Ultra AC-10 offline though, because he has been doing a lot of work to us. Shoot him to the leg and turn on everything. Follow it up with Haywire again. Really keep him haywired. We did get one missile hitter on Centurion, of course. A little bit unfortunate there, but now Blackjack has lost his evasive. We're chewing through a leg pretty well. That should be a decent target for the rest of the team. It says that he can still go. It's this weird thing, because the initiative is handled different than vanilla, that you can sink somebody's initiative down beneath where it originally started, and the AI is like, oh, well, he says he's going on 5, so 5 hasn't happened yet, and we make this the wrong color. So we didn't just give him back his turn, if that's what you guys are. If that's what you guys are worried about. I'm not sure who you guys are, but somebody might be out there watching this, and if so, I'm not gonna say the YouTuber thing. It's not gonna happen. I used to. Didn't really do anything for me anyway, and it just kind of made me feel a little dirty for saying it, so nope, not gonna say the YouTuber thing, not gonna say anything about clicking buttons, or, you know, ringing bells, anything like that. Nope, 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 nope. It's as close as I'll get to it, it's right there. But I gotta have a little fun with it anyway. And I think this is, yep, that's the HAPC. Our King Crab is taking a lot of fire. I had introduced the Atlas actually to hope that we had some of that split between two assault mechs, but it seems like they really just like shooting the King Crab. Down to 53 on the right torso, so we're going to have to adjust our facing. Make sure we keep it left side facing from here on out. And let's see what we can hit. It's not a bad shot, it's not a bad shot. Actually, a pretty bad shot on the Blackjack. I think just the height differential again coming into play. We'd overkill the Maxim. We probably wouldn't kill the Trebuchet. I'd rather overkill the Maxim. See what we can do. Yep, there it is. Okay, 3 down, three to go. All 3 of them mechs, which is somewhat nice to see. Okay, let's move up here. And precision strike to slow this guy down on the next turn, unless... Could be nice to shoot in at the Blackjack. Yes, okay. So we're going to go on to linked mode. Put on the Ultra AC5. Give me that leg, please. There it is, leg's gone. Blackjack Omni will be on his keister. Not too shabby at all. There he goes. Knocked down 1 initiative as well. Let's move up here. The Orion into better range. We could shoot at that Trebuchet, but I'd rather see if we can kill this guy. So turn off medium pulse and the SRM-6, they're at 2 long range. We'll turn on the rotary AC-5, and there we go. Yes. Okay, mech destroyed. Very nice. And this is turning pretty quickly in our favor, I'd say. A little bit touch and go for a while. Not exactly my favorite thing, but seems like we're kind of coming out of it. Let's fire everything we've got. I do love watching those missiles land. That was very, very visually impressive there. At least I think so. Trebuchet has lost his evasive. Good for us. He's moving on 5, which means we'll have a chance to go first. Oof, one of those cracked him in the dome piece. We almost had a head cap there. little bit of a shame that we didn't. Probably one of the large lasers, I think, by the look of the damage. Because our large thunderbolts do more than that, and our small ones do less. Okay. And follow up the dervish. Is there any reason to sprint? Yes, there is. Close to better range. I'm enjoying firing the haywire, and you know what? Kind of funny if we could get a good kill. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. Oh well. Oh, pilot lethal damage. Hey, we did. Look at that. Yeah, cool. So the Centurion now off to get his bit of revenge. And slow you down. I don't like having to turn off on the SRMs. Yeah, okay, well we took one of his SRM-6 racks offline. At least that's a good thing. Of course the LRM, easier for me to say. LRM-10 is still online, but we can do something about that, so Precision Strike. And let's keep on linked. Okay, let's look at the armor profile. No reason not to go for the CT here, only 90. Okay, didn't get it. Did get a tag mark though. And we'll get the King Crab moving up using his last... Oh no, okay, one of them's jammed, so we have 2 volleys left because we can't fire both at once. Pretty good effect there. I don't know, King Crab I'm just not a huge fan of at times, and I am at others, and it's very, very conflicting. If you have thoughts on it, I wouldn't mind getting a second opinion, just because I don't know. Sometimes it's a wonderful disabler, sometimes it can get the kill, and sometimes it just doesn't seem to pull its weight. But anyway, that's the mission. Thank you all for hanging around, and we'll see you again real soon.